I didn't plan to write today. I'd just finished the final edit of my latest video, pretty enough to almost pass. I uploaded it, pressed publish, and felt that sweet satisfaction that comes with finishing a project. And I thought that was it, all done for the day. So I did what I do when my brain's full and I need to let it breathe. I took a walk around the pond. My favorite songs blasting through my earbuds, music that moves me, slips past thoughts and logic and goes straight to the soul. The water was still, the birds were singing, my skin drinking in the sunshine, a gentle breeze, and I felt done. But just as I turned toward home, I walked into the zone. Not a place, but a frequency, and suddenly I was tuned in. Something cracked open, and underneath it, flow. A shift in the air I couldn't explain, like the world tilted a few degrees, just enough to spill the thoughts loose. That quiet hum beneath everything grew louder, electric and charged. A line would rise up unexpected, then another, some part of me scrambling to grab a thread before it vanished back into the ether. And we're off, and if you've ever felt that rush, you know exactly what I mean. Now I'm writing lines in my head. One idea turns into 2, then 5, a dozen threads unraveling all at once, and I can barely keep up. I walk a little faster, my heart rate picks up, that familiar buzzing feeling. My thoughts tripping over each other as if each one is racing to be the first one out. It feels less like thinking and more like remembering something I never actually knew, just trying to catch it before it fades. This is what it's like when the creative part of my brain wakes up, and if you're anything like me, you know that feeling well. It doesn't just tap me gently on the shoulder. It bursts through the door and storms into the room. It plunks itself down onto the couch and with a flourish throws its feather boa over its shoulder and says, "Let's go, girl, come on, keep up!" And suddenly, I'm hurriedly making notes and opening tabs. I go from quiet day to full throttle in the time it takes to hear one line of a song or spot one interesting shadow on the path. It's not planned, it's not tidy, but it's everything. This state, this zone, it feels like magic. Not sparkles and fairy dust magic, more like wildfire, unpredictable, consuming, kinetic. I'll sit down to write one script, and suddenly 5 more are tapping on the window. An image turns into a sentence turns into a metaphor, and that metaphor tied to something I'm remembering from 20 years ago, and before I know it, I'm juggling thoughts like they're on fire, hoping I can catch them all before they vanish. I'm typing too fast, but I can't slow down. I'm deep in it, digging, chasing, feeling everything, trying to keep up and loving it. It's like being a conduit, like something's flowing through you, and your only job is to not get in the way. It's messy and unruly and absolutely alive. This isn't a mood, it's a state of being. It's not always sustainable and it always ends, so when it's here, you ride it, and I do too. I've learned that trying to control it doesn't work. Creativity won't be boxed in or told when to show up. It comes when it wants, leaves when it's done. And in between, I have to trust that it'll come back for the next round when it's ready, like it always does. And sometimes the zone doesn't come when it's all blue skies and butterflies. It comes when you're unraveling, when you've hit the wall for the 5th time in 1 week, when you're sitting in the wreckage of another old belief that just cracked apart, or when your hope feels thin and you feel like butter scraped over too much bread, as Bilbo Baggins once said. But the zone, it doesn't care if I'm a little unraveled or tired or mid-existential spiral. It just shows up anyway, like, hey, I know you're falling apart, but you want to make something? And weirdly, I usually do. And that's when it surprises me the most, this sudden urge to create in the middle of collapse, like the first light breaking through a long dark night, like something stubborn in me refusing to stay buried. The zone doesn't always wait for healing. Sometimes it is the healing. Now, this isn't just about writing or creating. It can also be about learning. Falling down rabbit holes, getting obsessed with a topic you didn't care about yesterday and suddenly need to know everything about. Why do birds sing more in the morning? What's the history of a word you've used your whole life? Why does a certain chord progression grip your heart like a vice of sadness wrapped in hope? These questions bloom like wildflowers, and I chase them down one by one. I build little constellations of knowledge just because they sparkle. And these rabbit holes, they don't just occupy time, they ignite it. It's not about productivity, it's about pursuit, the thrill of curiosity, the rush of discovery. And I chase it until I've had enough, or until the spark shifts and something new catches my eye. People may say we lose interest quickly and that we give up too soon. And sometimes we do, but other times we're just satisfied. We filled the cup, we drank it dry, we wrung every drop of joy and meaning and fascination from it, and then we moved on, eyes already scanning the horizon for the next thing that lights us up. But then, like always, it shifts. I'm not in the zone anymore. It has left as quickly as it came, and the momentum in my brain grinds to a halt. Cue the screeching tires. And then everything can feel a little flat, and I'm tired. Nothing clicks, and if I try to force it, the words just crumble, come out dry. And sometimes I'm tempted to panic. Oh no, is that it? Am I all washed up? No more ideas? Done? But no, deep down under the nagging, I know I don't believe that. I've lived through enough of these cycles to know that creativity moves in waves. It's not a faucet, it's a tide. Sometimes it roars in, and sometimes it barely kisses the shore, but it always returns. So when the tide goes out, I wait. I rest, I breathe, I work, I listen to more audiobooks, I keep my hands busy with crafts, because I know something will stir, a spark will flicker, a thought will rise from the silence. I never know when, but when it does, we're off again. So yeah, I didn't plan to write today, but sometimes the words have their own plans. They don't ask if it's a good time, they don't care if I'm tired, or if I've already hit publish, or if I thought the day was done. They just show up, and when they do, I've learned to answer, because this rhythm, this strange, beautiful chaos, is mine. It doesn't run on logic or structure, it arrives unannounced and leaves just as suddenly, not on a schedule, but in waves, in sparks, in sudden stumbling bursts of clarity. And no, I wouldn't call it convenient. If I could swap it out for something steadier, more linear, more manageable, I probably would. But this is how I'm built. So I ride it. When it shows up, I lean in. And when it disappears, I wait. Not because it's perfect, but because, for better or worse, this is how our brains work.